Let's talk about the cryptocurrency market in general. From the high interest in trading in general in crypto or even trading stocks that started at the height of the pandemic in 2020 all the way to late 2021 and then coming into 22 with the bear market that we're seeing in equities like stocks and in cryptocurrencies, we've seen the interest go from really high to really low. And a lot of people came into the market, some made money, some lost money, and at the time, my hope was that a lot of people were going to stay interested and they were going to see some value into what the cryptocurrency is trying to provide. But that failed because the moment everything started tumbling down, we saw a lot of all those people that came in that were fake, that were only coming in for the short-term cash. All of them disappeared as we entered the bear market in which we are navigating right now. For example, we've seen Bitcoin go from like $65,000 at its height in 2021 to in the even lower 20s, sometimes even below $20,000 in 2022. And so I have some thoughts that I would like to share with you guys of my outlook as far as where I see the cryptocurrency going into the future, because I believe and I was hoping that a lot of those people that came into the market were going to learn more about this market and stick around until they all unveil their full potential. And it is very unfortunate to see a lot of brothers and sisters just completely lose their interest. And I understand a lot of people lost money, but one reason too here is a lot of people came into the market not wanting to learn exactly how things work. They just wanted to make a quick buck. They lost money, and definitely that is a big reason to demoralize people. And I understand that. But in this video, I hope to teach some people how they should be looking at this market long term. So far, the cryptocurrency market has gone through 3 different bear markets. For example, from the inception of Bitcoin in 2009, the first bear market was after the height of Bitcoin reaching a high in 2013, and the bear market that came after that in like 2014. We saw Bitcoin go down, and then after that, the next bear market came in 2018 after the height of Bitcoin reaching about $20,000 in December of 2017. And then the third bear market, is the bear market in which we are right now in 2022, after Bitcoin, for example, went on to reaching about $65,000 in 2021. And I'm using Bitcoin here just to keep things very simplistic, right? Because there is so many cryptocurrencies project that we can't really talk about everything. So I'm going to use Bitcoin as just a point of reference. And so guys, this basically shows us that every time we have a bear market, there is a bull market that comes after that, things goes down into a bear market and then another bull market. And what is interesting so far is these bear markets, bull markets come, for example, for Bitcoin, approximately every 210,000 blocks, or approximately every 2 to 3 years, we have a bear market and then bull market. So guys, the cryptocurrency market itself is very cyclical, right? Meaning it has these cycles of going up, coming down, and going up. But what is really interesting is that, for example, in the case of Bitcoin, is every time we have a bull market and a bear market, is when the bull market comes, they tend to go much higher than the previous bull market. They make higher highs than the previous bull market. And so that is really interesting because, for example, in 2017, Bitcoin reached $20,000. In 2021, Bitcoin reached $65,000. That is almost 3x the previous high. Well, I guess more than 3x the previous high. And so this is just something that I want people to understand, that people need to be looking into the future and not really trying to make a quick buck right now, because even some of the billionaires and millionaires, it really took them a long time to be able to amass the wealth that they have today. And so another thing that I wanted to show is, for example, what's really interesting now as well is because we're starting to see a lot of interest coming from high net worth individuals, from financial advisors, and basically I would say family office. And this is backed by a study that was done by Fidelity, which is a big financial firm that we all know about. And this study that Fidelity did shows that the interest coming from these individuals, from these type of investors, has been increasing over the years. And in 2022, they released their third edition, and they're showing that how the increase is, the interest is increasing year over year. And we're also seeing a lot of institutions coming into the markets from their reports, and being more interested into buying digital assets or cryptocurrency in general. And that right there is really good, because guys, we really need the adoption. And what is really interesting, to be able to keep a market like this and to keep it to be more sustainable into the future, is we need big dogs, we need big investors, we need the big money, to come in and invest into this market. And that right there, guys, is really important. And so when we look at the adoption, for example, I think there is also another point that I should make here is, for example, when you look at the company Meta, which is the ex-Facebook. Meta so far has spent more than $30 billion into developing their metaverse project. Guys, this is crazy. But what I want people to understand or to get out of this is, if Meta is willing to spend that much money, especially with all the woes that is going on over there, as far as, them losing revenue and all that, right? Which is all public information that we can all read about on the internet. But if they are still pouring that much money into the metaverse, that means they are seeing a potential future in that. And what is really interesting here is the blockchain technology is really what's going to enable the full potential of metaverse. And especially if you care about decentralization, because in the case of, for example, Meta, right, it's a centralized company, so they're going to be, basically controlling their version of the metaverse that they are making. But with crypto, which is fair, but with crypto, this is where you're going to have more decentralization, right? It's not going to be centralized through, for example, like, Zuckerberg at Meta. And so if you care about decentralization, you should care about the blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. And so, guys, as we're seeing these adoption happening and ongoing, another point that I would like to make here is, guys, with blockchain enables basically ownership for just about anything, especially when we look at things like NFTs. And I know right now, and a lot of people might be very critical with especially how much value has been wiped out of the NFT market, but that is fine, because the problem is not about now. The thing is about seeing the future. What can this enable into the future? Because this is enabling ownership for artists to be able to independently release and own their work. Musicians to be able to release their music through NFTs, or even video content creators. Guys, this is crazy. With NFTs, it just basically opens a whole new world of opportunities that never existed before, right? And a whole new way of basically even doing finance when we look at things like decentralized finance on platform like Ethereum. And we're seeing now Cardano kind of coming in with the new smart contract that they've launched last year. Basically now they are competing even more and more, and we're seeing more projects being built on the Cardano blockchain. So, guys, I think we ought to be looking at the future, because as I see things right now, and this is not financial advice, by the way, too, but my own opinion is that as the adoption keeps on going, as more people put the money and invest their money into these projects if they are, and I'm very much confident that a lot of these projects, not everything, but a lot of these projects are going to deliver on these promises. And by the time we get there in 5 years, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, heck yeah, 30 years from now, we will basically see that a lot of these projects would have skyrocketed to all-time highs, because they still have astronomical potential of explosion to higher prices, to higher value and higher valuation. And so that's basically what I see. I am not endorsing any of these projects. I'm not getting any money from this project. I am just basically trying to pretty much share my opinion as far as where I see this entire market going into the future. And the way I see it is like the internet age back in the 90s and how fast it basically grew. That's how I'm seeing with cryptocurrency. And anyone that misses this train will regret into the future. But hey, this is not financial advice. Go consult a financial advisor for your financial decisions. I'm just a guy on YouTube with an opinion. Hey, who cares? Anyway, I hope that I provided you guys with enough value in this video. And if that was the case, please allow me to ask you to hit that like button, subscribe, turn the notification bell as well, because it helps us with the YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, thank you, and I'll see y'all in my next video on sometime in the future. Bye bye.